Hello everyone. So happy to be hanging out with you on the absolute best day of the week. It's Friday and it has been an awesome week. Sharing, learning, we have some laughs. Let's finish this week strong. We are going to start today by heading to a Middle East country like Iraq, where a team of experts trying to piece together a damaged historical artifacts after an Islamic militant group ISIS destroyed them in the city of Mosul. Here's video to 2015 when the Islamic State militants were smashing and destroying ancient artifacts at the Mosul Museum. Some of these statues were thousands of years old, all of them demolished. The reason behind this was part of a campaign by this terror group to topple and dissolve any cultural history that conflicted with the extreme beliefs and ideology. But for 3 years, ISIS has controlled Mosul, Iraq's second largest city. Iraqi forces, with help of a US-led coalition, reclaimed the city in 2017 and defeated the extremist group's rule. But the damage was already done. So for years, experts has been in reconstruction mode, looking to restore the city's proud history. Our Michael Holmes has more of this Mosul Museum restoration project in Iraq. The fragmented artifacts in the Mosul Museum has been under repair by a team of Iraqi and French restoration experts for past 4 years. They say it is a painstaking process to try to repair the shattered antiquities, a jigsaw puzzle pieces that may never quite fit together again. Our restorer says that this is the most gratifying part, assembling and gluing these pieces, although some are too crushed to see, others are missing altogether. The museum is just one of many ongoing rebuilding projects in Mosul. In March, church bell rang out again in another part of the city, part of a UNESCO effort to rebuild churches and mosques destroyed by decades of fighting in Iraq. Since 2018, UNESCO has raised more than $105 million for reconstruction effort in Mosul. Mosul is a place where UNESCO has the largest commitment today in the world because the city deserves it, because the people of Mosul deserve it, because we know what they've been through and the tragedies, intimate tragedies have been through over the last decades. Another project is taking a more modern approach to maintaining the city's heritage. The Ion Mosul Foundation is recording features of witness testimonies of what life was like under ISIS rules, which will then be archived in a public library. A common theme of the project is to rebuild as well as remember. But the director of Mosul Museum says it is impossible to recreate what happened here without any scratches of imperfection. But those two are now parts of Mosul history. 10 seconds trivia. What is the name given to a second full moon in a calendar month? Pink moon, blue moon, blood moon, or harvest moon? Once in a blue moon, we get 2 full moons in 1 month, which typically occurs once every 2 or 3 years. Now while we didn't see a blue moon last night, the April pink moon was shining brightly instead, even though its name. It doesn't appear shining pink. The bright golden orb is still something special of which to take notice in a nighttime sky. The pink moon is a nod to the bountiful blooming flowers and the trees that the spring weather brings. Our CNN meteorologist Jennifer Gray has more on the origins of nicknames for moons. Many of moon's nicknames date back to an early Native Americans. They name each full moon in everyone to help them keep track of the planting and harvesting schedule. The full moon in April is known as a pink moon, signaling the first appearance of the white ground phlox, one of the earliest spring flowers. When you have 2 full moons in a calendar month, the second one is called the blue moon. One of the more notable moons, the harvest moon in October, also known as the hunter's moon or the blood moon. This is when the leaves are falling off the trees and the animals are fat. So this signaled to the tribes it was time to hunt all day, all they could to get them through that long winter. And another thing to note that the moon does not appear pink during pink moon. red during a blood moon or blue during a blue moon. The only thing that can really alter the way we see a moon is if there is a lot of dust, haze, ash, or smoke in the atmosphere. The moon can sometimes have orange or red glow. For our next story, we're going north of the border to Canada. I'm giving a 10 out of 10 to a Canadian romance story that's doggone adorable. During a pandemic, two fur babies named Rollo and Sadie met when their fur parents moved next to each other. It was love at first sight, but after 2 years of bonding, time got rough when one of the owners had to move 3 hours away. Well, that didn't stop these long-distance doggy romantics from seeing each other. Uh, G- Jeannie Moose has the story of Romeo and Juliet of the dog world. When's the last time someone was this excited to see you after a separation? Meet Rollo and Sadie. Watch them meet after being apart and check out their faces when they FaceTime. This is a video that had viewers howling. Sadie, a husky and German Shepherd cross, and Rollo, a Rottweiler Shepherd mix, met during the pandemic when the owners moved into different apartments in the same house in Canadian city of Edmonton. Sadie's never really been the biggest fan of other dogs, but when she met Rollo, she whined and cried and lay down on the back like she just met the love of her life. Every time they see each other, he goes insane. When Rollo's owner moved 3 hours away for a job opportunity, and we do FaceTime every Tuesday night, so the dog can see each other. The whining, the howling, the reunion are joyous, and the owners are also best friends. They say there's a chance they all move back under the same roof, but until then, that's your buddy, isn't it? Yeah, that's your buddy. During our remote interview, it was more sound and sight that set them off. He began looking for her, headed for the window. Rollo and Sadie are the Romeo and Juliet of dogs, for never was a story of more woe than this of Sadie and her Rollo. Parting may be such sweet sorrow, but the unions are a ball. Round of applause for that one. Those stories give me a little fair clamp though, because we're going to miss you. Next week we are going to be off the air because of our hardworking CNN10 team has their much deserved spring break. Our final shout out this week goes to Manitowoc, Wisconsin, Manitowoc Lincoln High School. We see you, rise up. One more thing, as you chase dreams, there are going to be people who tell you that you can't. They'll say you're not good enough or it is impossible. And sometimes maybe you will start to doubt yourself, or you won't see a clear path to your goal at times. But no matter what you are going through, just keep going, outwork everyone, every single day, and believe in you. You are more powerful than you know. I'm Coy Water, and we are CNN10. It's been a blessing to spend this week with you.